roll with these things. I'm telling you, it's not just easy. I mean, yeah, we have good knowledge to this, but we're trying to put behind this as much as we can to help you guys out. So again, thank you. If you have questions, feel free to holler at us, and of course, subscribe. This is Stryker. Ice, say hello.
Uh-oh.
Man, you'd think after the third one you'd have a little more to say, like, what's up? You know, like, you ever seen that movie? Do you guys get those movies over there? Scary movie?
Yeah.
You remember that? God, dude, that used to crack me up, bro. Like, that was in schools forever, dude. People just walking around screaming, what's up? It's freaking hilarious. I bit
What's
my tongue.
up?
I feel like I'm talking funny because I bit my tongue, like, uh, so it's like all fat and gushy blood. It's awesome. Okie dokie. Man, this is probably, let me tell you something. Would you say this is about 25 to 30% of your conversation on Fortnite is going to like incorporate what we're about to talk about? So, here we go. What's up, man? Yo, I like this Geo. Geo, welcome back, man. Um, did you say you do or do not have Fortnite, bro? Let me ask real quick. Okay, cool. So, we're gonna break this up as much as we possibly can for you. Um, cool. If you get a chance, go ahead and send us an invite or at least a friend request. We'd like to at some point get to talk to you. And by the way, Ice is a killer at PvP. So if anything, play some PvP together. Alright, dude, I don't even know where to start. The title to this was fun. We really liked it. It was, we titled this one, Ranged Melee and Traps, oh my. Because that's really what this whole game is. I mean, come on, like, let's be honest. The best part about this game so far, in my opinion, is how well they've done with the weapons and continuing to make new ones. I mean, every week it just seems like there's something new that we get to do. So I really appreciate that because it keeps people who've been playing for longer than me. I haven't even been playing all that long. Keeps them really entertained, you know. But anyway, with that said, the basics. Let's do this. Let's go to. I'm actually going to start off with the collection book because I just want to give you an idea. Okay, you got those. You got those. Bear with me for a second, peeps. What's your favorite weapon, bro?
Mine?
Mm-hmm. Like if you had to pick.
The tiger, probably.
The tiger is?
Tiger.
Really? Isn't the one
The
I gave
weapon I
you?
always use.
It's pretty badass, right? Yo, we got you, V. Give me just a second. I'll accept that right after this stream. Appreciate that, by the way. Let me just give you an idea of how many different types of weapons you can play with, okay? You got hardware. You got clubs, so you got baseball bats. You can use golf clubs. You can use slice spears. I mean, I know you can read, but this is just fun. Axes, swords. Oh my god, swords in this game just got a buff. Oh my god. Freaking amazing. Explosive weapons. Rocket launchers and grenade launchers. Who could say no? On my other account, I have freaking snowball machines. I got freaking like something that looks like Cyclops shoots a freaking beam out of his eyes. Instead, it's out of a gun, and oh my god, it's so amazing. Like, the weapons are so much fun that really, I mean, you won't know where to begin because there's seriously that much. But if you get too hung up on wanting to keep them all, you're gonna get too hung up on wanting to keep them all, and you're never really gonna get to experience everything to figure out what really works for you. Um, you hear a lot about some special weapons, and I'm gonna let him talk a little bit about them. But the Founders Pack allowed you to get what's called Founders Weapons. Please tell everybody what the difference is in some of these Founders and Vendor Tech weapons, Ice.
Right, Vendor Tech is basically the very first weapons, so they're rarely super rare, like super rare. So most people like myself like to trade, so super great weapon for trading. And then you get the Buzz Cut, that's from the Scavenger Pack, super rare as well. And honestly, both of them great weapons, but if I had to choose, Vendor Tech would be the main weapon
What do you like
for
about?
for
Do
me.
you, do you like them just because it's like the rarity of it?
They're just a rarity, to be honest with you.
Just the
And
fact
just
that,
because they're the very first
right?
like weapons you could buy basically.
Hey, I don't disagree. Here's a really good example though of what he's trying to say. So like, let me show you. You know what? Easiest way. Again, Fortnite does a great job of separating everything. Where did I? Oh, backpack. Sorry. Okay. So something cool you can do. This is what's called a Nocturno. You can only get it in the Founders, so very few people got this. But to make a siege breaker. Okay, give me a second, folks. Come down here, make a siege breaker. Where the hell's my siege breaker? I know I just saw it. Oh my god, they give me a headache. Why can't I make it? Oh man, Rusty. I'm really gonna fail on some freaking Rusty. Oh man, it's killing me. Okay, anyway. My point of this was, I was gonna show you that the siege breaker. I want you to just look at this weapon for just a second. Okay, inspect it. Okay, now watch this. That is the exact same thing as that. The only difference is that's black and it's also fully upgraded. So I tell you this because don't let the names always fool you. Now granted, yeah, they get to do some things that maybe some of the other ones can't do. The weapon's only as good as the person shooting it. I mean, that's just the God's honest truth. I mean, for example, you like the death ray too, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah. I love this weapon. It's super duper accurate. I've been working on leveling it up, and I'll get to what that really means in a minute. But some people hate it because, if you look at the stats, it rips through ammo. I mean, the fire rate's 7.2. I mean, that's insane. But what's really funny is my Nocturno is a 10.8 fire rate. Talk about ripping through ammo, dude. Thing's nuts. But there's so many things to take into, consideration as far as weapons are concerned. Um, really, here's a couple things I want to start with. When you first start playing this game, do not get hung up on keeping a bunch of weapons. Don't get hung up on trying to level them all up. My personal suggestion, and tell me if I'm wrong, Ice, but pick like a couple weapons you like, maybe 2 or 3, okay?
Yeah.
And then pick a trap, I'd say maybe 1 or 2 traps, one for the ceiling, one for the wall.
Exactly what I did.
Yeah, exactly. I did that for the first couple weeks, and I just kept those. I know I keep saying when I get to the collection book, I'll explain that later because it just takes forever, but I'm going to show you why. So with that, if you're looking at all these weapons, okay, first of all, the way you upgrade them is by what's called schematic points. If you go to your resources, again, this is everything you need to upgrade or evolve weapons, okay, traps. Schematic looks like this. Okay. Can you, oh, there you go, toggle it. Now you can see it better. Okay, so there's your schematic. Okay, you can see there's a little bit of everything to help out. So while we're here, I'm just going to show you. Remember these things, okay? Legendary Flux and Epic Flux. Epic Perk Up. Eye of the Storm. And bottom, I know you can read. I'm just going to prove a point in a second. Okay? You can't just go up to a weapon and say, oh, I got a bunch of schematic. I'm going to go ahead and level you up. I mean, there's things that, there's a process. Fortnite does not want you to outgrow the process. You know, it just would kind of take out the fun for everybody. So everybody has to follow in the same the footsteps as everybody else. So here's what you do. If you come into here, just sort it by rarity. Easiest way to do it. And that way your higher level weapons are generally at the top anyway. But if you're looking at these, okay, two very different weapons as far as how they shoot is concerned, but they both use just about the same stuff. But if I come over to my bazooka, that's going to use different materials completely, so that might help you if I do this. Okay, so as you can see with the bazooka, it's an 82, so power level. I want you to, and you're going to start memorizing all these things as they go, but your power level is different than your actual level of your weapon, but one thing always stays the same: those stars, and that's super important because I'm going to get back to that here in a moment. Okay, so you can see these are both 4-star weapons. 3-star, 3-star, 2-star, 2-star. Okay, so in order to make those weapons, of course you have to have the resources to do so. So when you come in, since I have everything now sorted by rarity, okay, well guess what? I need 4-star resources to make 4-star weapons. That just makes sense. We try explaining this to people all the time. They say, hey, you know, what's a good trade for, like, I have obsidian and I'm trying to get, you know, frick, I'm trying to get some silver ore. Well, how many obsidian do you have? I have 5 obsidian. Okay, well, that's a 4-star compared to a 2-star. Maybe a 2-to-1 ratio. I don't know, maybe a 4-to-1 ratio. Whatever is good between you and everybody else. But anyway, we don't get into trading. I do have something special to note, though. My man Ice here, he's going to be doing a video himself of something we have come up with that we know everybody's gonna love. So keep tuned, because I have a feeling we're either gonna do it next, if not next, the video right after. So we're trying to figure that out, but I promise you guys are gonna want to be a part of it, because everybody can be. But so back to these weapons, okay? Of course, everybody wants to level them up. If you remember that skill tree we talked about in the video prior, you can't outgrow your skill tree, okay? So as of right now, if you were to come up here, you can see I'm in skill tree 3. So that means I can make 4-star weapons, okay? Another really good thing to keep in mind, if you come to the map, okay, you're gonna get 1 and 2-star things in Stonewood. Then when you go to Plankerton, you're gonna get 2 to 3. Then you're gonna get 3 to 4. So it just makes sense as you grow. And then finally 4 to 5. People always ask, well, where can I find? I'm in Canny right now, and I can't find any sleek. Well, it's not gonna be at the very beginning. It's not gonna be in the 40s. That wouldn't be. Oh, dude, that's a good mission. That's a V-Buck mission. We need to do that. Sorry, ADD folks, but it's going to be in your 70s missions. Why? Because your 70 is closer to what you're going to, be when you get to Twine. Okay, that just makes sense. Higher level, higher rewards. Lower level, lower rewards. Makes sense. But there's certain things to upgrade your weapons you can't get by just farming for. You actually have to look at the mission. So like this one, reperk, I'm going to get to that in a second. That's super important now, ever since they came out with that new percolator. Drops of rain, another huge thing. You can buy 4 things from the store, the weekly event store. You can buy your drops of rain, your storm, your shards, and your lightning in a bottle, but they only give you so much. Also, you can buy your fluxes. I told you to remember that. I'll get back to that soon. But if you look on this one, you see something rare perk up, okay? Now finally I can explain everything. Let's see, what should I upgrade, bro? Razor blade. What do you think? What do you think I should upgrade? My Space Invader, Razor blade.
Razor blade.
Okay, yeah. Everybody loves this freaking weapon. Okay, as you can see right now, I have it of 10 of 10, okay? So first of all, when you click X and do this slow, because if you upgrade, you could accidentally click obsidian instead of clicking shadow shard, blah blah blah. Okay, anyway, just notice you have upgrade, favorite, compare, recycle. Just as one of Stryker's little fun facts, if you press favorite, two things happen. It goes to the top of your list. Oh, and also, I can't delete that now. It's a really good way to make sure you don't delete your weapons, okay? Also, you can see compare. Well, you know what, dude? I don't know. I really like this hunter killer, bro. I know you like that razor blade, but let me compare and see which one I like better. You know what? Looks like the razor blade has the things I want. You're right, Ice. I'm gonna go with that razor blade. Alright, so now I'm gonna upgrade it. So we're looking at a couple things, okay? First of all, if you're looking at the left-hand side, you see that it says 34. That's what it's gonna be on a legendary for 10 of 10, okay? So I can't go any higher without evolving it. So if you look at the bottom right, triangle evolves. But if you look right underneath that, it says upgrade. So you can do something else called modifying perks. We'll get to that here in a second. First, we're going to evolve. So what do I need? Well, first of all, I'm going from a 1-star to a 2-star. As a legendary weapon, and I think it's the same for the trap if I'm not mistaken. It's going to cost 20 drops of rain. Okay, that's important because if I know I want to upgrade something else and I need those drops of rain, I need to keep that in the back of my mind. Also, you need what's called weapon designs. You're going to get so many of these, I wouldn't even worry about it. But anyway, it's something to also keep in mind. And then of course you're going to need schematic. Most important, you're not going to be able to evolve this until you do reach out the max level of that 10 of 10 or 20 of 20 and so on. Okay, so I'm going to press evolve and boom, just like that. Now I can go ahead and level this up, but something happened that I want you to notice. My crafting materials have changed. Okay, let me read what they're asking me because I saw that somebody asked me a couple questions. If I'm a problem, you know a lot about this. Oh man, I really appreciate that, Gio. Thank you. I appreciate that. Really. Yeah, we've been doing this for how long, guys? I don't know. We just like helping people, so a lot of it's repetitive, and yeah, man, it just you'll learn it just like that. I mean, super simple stuff, and I just don't want you to waste materials, which really means you're wasting time. But we'll get to that here in a second too. So if you look now, I'm gonna just level up just like I would with anything else. But I want you to know something. See where it says 15 with the lock next to it? Once I hit level 15, something magical happens. Boom. They're opened up. Guess what? My weapon just got stronger for the simple fact of it boosted up because I have 26% more physical damage and headshot damage. Holy crap, this weapon is now way stronger than it was a couple seconds ago, right? So I'm gonna level up a little more. And boom shakalaka. Now, looking at it, I'm like, man, dude, Ice, dude, this weapon's awesome, bro.
I know. Mine says what, 82?
See, there you go, cool. But now he brings me to a level 70 mission. I have a level 58. My power level for the weapon is 58. Oops, sorry, camera people. This isn't gonna do all that much damage. Even with a pretty strong, hero, you're still gonna be wasting a ton of ammo and most likely getting yourself into some pretty sticky situations. So what do you do next? Oh wait, that's right, you can evolve again. But it's gonna cost me a lot more. Now it's gonna cost me 40 drops of rain. You see, now it's gonna cost me lightning in a bottle. So see how things change, and it's gonna be something different as far as the materials are concerned. But I'm gonna show y'all something. I do have one, sweet. Check this out. This is the upgrade that everybody always messes up on. I hear it at least once. When you press evolve, there's two choices, people. Okay? The first one is obsidian. The second one is shadow shard. Okay? Bro, did you notice that? It's not 8 obsidian anymore. It's 11 obsidian. It used to be 8, so it used to be cheaper as far as that was concerned. I just noticed that. And it's 36 as far as the freaking... Oh my god, that's crazy. That used to be 30. What the hell's going on? Maybe because it's just a sword?
Oh, it is?
That's crazy, dude. When that happened?
36 instead of 30?
I've never... Okay, we just learned something. See, things are constantly changing.
That's recently just been done.
Bro, that had to just happen. So if you just click, 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 and then all of a sudden, boom, now you have an obsidian weapon that you didn't want obsidian, you're gonna be pissed. Because just look at the DPS, I'm sorry, the damage, for example. As a shadow shard, we'll round up to the next, okay? So 5,500, 4,500. That's 1,000. 1,000 damage. That's freaking huge. That's like 20% extra damage. Do you see what I'm saying? It's a big freaking deal. Not to mention the fact I haven't upgraded all of my perks yet. Do you see what I'm saying? So in the long run, it's going to be even bigger. My personal opinion, compared to everybody else, it's going to completely vary. Here's my opinion. Simple math, and it works much better with using a weapon as an example. Okay, so we're going to use this one as an example. Okay. Oh, dude, yeah, it just straight... Oh, wow, that's crazy. Okay. When I did this before, I want to say it was like a 50... I think like a 52 or 5,300 is what the damage was. Okay, so we'll call it 52 compared to 68. Okay, so that is 1,600 damage. So again, 20%. Simple math. If it takes 5 shots with an obsidian weapon to kill an enemy, and it takes 4 shots with a shadow shard, okay, I am shooting 20% more times with the obsidian. You lose exactly 20% durability. Why would I personally give up that extra damage if me as a person, I don't waste ammo, I don't waste shots for no reason? Do you see what I'm saying? So in my personal opinion, it only makes sense to go Shadow Shard. People have done formulas, done this, that, the other thing. Listen, dude. If you are going to be one of those people who trade, nearly everybody wants the Shadow Shard weapons because they're stronger. You see what I'm saying? And in my personal opinion, hey, you know, if you were to walk into a bar, guy put a little pistol on the freaking table, and you happen to put an AK-47, do you see what I'm saying? That's what you're doing when you're going into these high-level fights. That extra damage is the difference of, in my opinion, me being able to get out of a sticky situation compared to somebody just saving their gun. My opinion, also, it slows down your fire rate, and I really don't like that. But to each their own. What's your opinion on that, Ice?
I think, personally, what between Obsidian and Shadow?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you're talking about? Because I'm trying to get people to subscribe to your YouTube.
No, you're right.
Personally, I say Shadow Shard, but because 2 weapons mistakenly made it Obsidian, I've got to go with. Personally, if I could change it, Shadow Shard 100% for damage, but durability, Obsidian. As you said, you're correct 100%. Even if it is durability, you're still wasting durability at the same time because it's 5 shots instead of 4. You're gonna have to amp up the damage and the durability, which is gonna waste a lot of fucking time. So
Right.
yeah, Shadow Shard for real.
And you know, it just makes sense in my opinion. The other big thing for me, dude, is the fire rate, because people don't think about that enough. Because what DPS is damage per second. So if you slow down the damage per second, that also goes down. So it works for some guns, like a ray gun might even make sense. And I love the ray gun Shadow Shard. But, you know, I'm going to try it. Next time I get another ray gun, I'm going to put it to Obsidian just to kind of see if it makes it a little more stable. Because those guns that fire like wicked fast, they're usually not all that stable. So if you can slow it down a little bit, usually becomes more accurate. So, like I said, millions of variables. But here's something that just came out, which in all honesty, like, I have a love-hate relationship for. I'm going to show you using this siege breaker. Okay, so that's the evolve. Pretty simple stuff. You know how to do that. If you ever hear somebody say, what's a roll? Your roll is what your perks look like. Okay, so on this one, critical rating, weapon stability, physical damage, crit damage, damage to slow and snared, affliction. Okay, check, you know what, actually, I am going to show you on this real quick, because it will allow me to do something. Oh, no, it won't. Hold on, that's not the one I'm looking for. There we go, this one, perfect. Okay. Okay, I want to show you something. If it's gonna let me, game's acting weird. Okay, do you see right here how this says damage to afflicted targets? Look right underneath that. It says causes affliction damage for 6 seconds. When I got it, it said damage to stunned, staggered, and knocked down targets. So the first thing I did was I switched it to damage for affliction. Why would I do that? Because my gun causes affliction. So instead of finding something that is afflicted, I'm afflicting everything I shoot. It just makes sense. I can't tell you how many arguments Ice and I have had with people about this, or people who ask us what they should do. Look, I understand it may not be common sense to some people, but it's right underneath. You know, like, this one doesn't change. So if this one doesn't change, and this one can change, should just make sense that they match. But, back to this. Now, if I were to upgrade this, okay, what's cool is I think you can modify perks even when they're not unlocked. That's cool. So see, same situation. 30% damage to slow and snared. Now, I understand that my buddy was like, oh, well, you can cause affliction and damage. I get that. I would just much rather let my weapon do all the work than count on somebody else.
Yeah, double the affliction instead of just affliction.
Right, exactly.
Because you still get the choice to make damage or crit damage or critical rating.
I want you guys to think of affliction as damage over time. Really simple. You're poisoning them with something, and they're taking that damage, okay? With that, it says, let's see, 30% damage to afflicted, so that's huge because it goes up to, what, 42, maybe? 46, I always forget. But, regardless. Okay, so I like to go with certain weapons that I love. Look at this, critical rating. Well, what critical rating is that critical hit chance, okay? Look, please do us the favor. If you have a weapon, like, that has a bunch of critical damage, but it has no critical rating, take it off. You're wasting a perk. Because if you only have 5% chance to hit 150% of a critical damage, why would you do that when if you look right over, I can add either 20% headshot damage or 15% damage every time I shoot. Now headshot, yeah, there's more there, but guess what? It's harder to hit a headshot in this game. Most of these guns, like I said, inaccurate. The Ray Gun Tiger, very accurate guns. I'd understand headshot damage. Mostly everything else, unless if you put stability on it, just not gonna make sense. Okay. One more thing, and this is perfect segue, and then I'll let you, kind of talk about some of the things you want to talk about too. We'll go over some of our favorite guns, and if there's any questions we'll answer them, then we'll head off. But elements, oh my god, just think of this like Pokemon or rock paper scissors shoot. I don't care. Okay, your house is on fire. What do you use to put it out? Water. Right, thank you, Ice. So if you use water to put out fire, what do you think that would be affected towards?
What'd you say?
Right, so if you're using water to put out fire, okay, and I'm about to go fight fire husks, okay, what type of weapon should I use?
Water.
Awesome. We're about to go fight nature enemies, so a bunch of leaves we're about to go, let's say, beat up. What would you use?
Physical or energy. Energy is good for the ball.
Well, nature, you're going to want to use that fire because nature. Think of it like grass and leaves, right? That's gonna burn up. Now, energy, what's cool about energy, because you bring up a great point, that's like the correct answer for anything. And I'll show you too. If you look at it, R is the info.
The reason I said physical is because physicals for basically all of them as well.
That's what I was
Physicals,
just gonna
the
say,
weapon
yeah.
in general, and energy. Energy's the exact same.
Yeah, dude, you took the words out of my mouth. Like, we both use a lot of physical because guess what? It just gives you the most damage. I mean, look at this. At green tier, it's giving us 26% extra damage. Over 50% of the zombies you're going to kill are not going to have an element. Actually, probably 60 or 70 plus don't have it. So you're talking about the difference of 21%. That's freaking huge. So that's why we do the whole entire physical for most of our weapons. Now, granted, if you want to look at one of the strongest weapons in the game, just remember that little thing right there. This little tiny whisper, which is 1 of 10. It is a silent handgun. Okay, gonna compare it to the Siegebreaker. Hasn't been leveled up. A Siegebreaker has. Look at how much stronger it is. Just saying. That is water. Okay, I have one of each of these because I love this weapon. Got energy, got water, got nature. I got physical, I got fire. See, one of each. So it just, for me, that's one of those guns I like a lot. So I'm just gonna keep it in every flavor of the rainbow. Aside from that, traps. Whoa. We could go on for a while. Killing K. What's up, my dude? Hey, we're doing a stream. Give us like 3 minutes. We're just about done, my dude. But you have to understand, there's 3 different types of traps, okay? You got ceiling, wall, and floor traps. Just like we told you before, we pick 1 trap for each one. Actually, I think we picked 2, right? Probably one of the most popular is the ceiling electric field because it does an area of effect. I want you to think of squares everywhere, whether you're building up, it's squares, or you're looking at the ground, it's squares, okay? This does it. If it's, see how it says 3x3 tile radius? Think of it just like you're putting a tic-tac-toe board on the ground, okay? Whatever's right underneath you, right in front, right in back, left, right, and on the angles. That's what it's gonna hit. So it takes up a large area, and it also hits more than 1 enemy at a time. Okay. Punch trap, oh my god. I can't tell you how much fun you'll have with this. Okay. Floor freeze and flame traps, just because they look cool. Which you can now put on slanted hills, by the way. Fun fact for you. And then things like tire traps, which you can set 3 tiles high. It says it right there. So, I mean, tons of fun. I mean, tons of different ways to use these. You gotta watch our videos. I mean, we do some really cool stuff, especially at our storm shields. Just a fun way to get creative. So, but other than that, Ice, what you got for me, buddy?
Let me think. Have you recapped on the Survivor show though? Because I've been struggling with that a while back.
On what now?
Remember I had to get you help Survivor?
Oh, we're gonna do a video on that as well, but you just brought up a good point too. Check this out. There's a couple of these that they're gonna give you if you see it in like a blue like this and it's 1 of 1. You can't upgrade it anymore. Boost pads. I want you to remember this. This is for your hoverboard. I wrote this down too. You can't get your hoverboard until like the 5th to last mission of Stonewood now, just as a heads up. Defender post. You can use defenders on your storm shields and in your missions. I'll explain that in another video. Directional pads. Jump pads. Your freaking best friends. Zombies can take your stairs. They cannot take your jump. Just remember that. But other than that, any other questions before we head off?
Nope. That is all until next time.
Cool. We love you all. Hey, if you enjoyed this, you liked it, Yeah, if you enjoyed it, you liked it, please give us a thumbs up. Please share it with people. Hit me up when you're done. Yeah, we're about to hit you up, buddy. Just let us know what we can do to improve anything, or if you have things you want us to touch base on, we'll do it. But we really appreciate y'all's time, and just thank you for hanging out with us and being cool people. Share the love. Peace out.
Peace out.